Hey YouTube, Tutor UK back again with another pickups video, a bit of trading and car booting. So, been a little bit busy this week and a couple of good trades coming in, a few bits of bobs sent out, and obviously car boot today. And there's an interesting story about that which I'll come to in a bit. So as I would ordinarily do, I'm going to start off with the sort of trades that I've done with a fellow YouTuber here. And he goes, I'm going to have to read this off, sorry. It's Random Adam from Canada. So he contacted me, I think it was about a couple of Sonic games on the Master System that he was after. He's a big Sega / Sonic fan. He sort of mentioned he's got a couple of games that I might be interested in, or well, would I be interested in, should I sort of say. So I said, yes, of course. So we did the trade, excuse me. And the items came Thursday or Friday this week. So there's a couple of games, well, two games, and we traded two for two. I'm not sure. He has got a channel and he has done a video. I'm not sure if he actually does do videos, and I think he's planning on doing more videos once he's built up a kind of enough of a collection. I think that was how he was trying to come across. So. I probably won't say what we traded, but suffice to sort of say it's Sonic and it's on Sega, so you know, most people might be able to guess what it was, knowing me anyway. But what he sent me was a couple of games, a couple of Nintendo games. Now the first one is Yoshi's Story on the N64. Now this is obviously the US one because Adam's in Canada, so I'm pretty sure I've got to get a converter, but I think this might work through my Z64 anyway. And then the other one he sent me through, which is an absolute cracking game. I mean, the kids have been playing this, and funnily enough, I picked this up on the Super Nintendo not long back. But this is on the Game Boy Advance, and it's Yoshi's Island Super Mario Advance 3, and this is complete with instructions. There's a little bit of crush damage on the box and that, but that doesn't bother me one iota. So yeah, some awesome trades there from Adam. So Adam, cheers mate, they're absolutely brilliant. Again, link down to the low bar for these guys. Say these guys, let's kind of give it away. Now this isn't so much a trade, more of this is what I picked up and kind of like a thank you for the offer shout out, if that makes sense. Basically, I mentioned before, I think last week, went to Game Station, the manager there was talking about, you know, obviously, as we all know, the fire sale and stuff like this. And he mentioned a DS game, or well, two DS games that he'd snapped up, which is the Advance Wars, for like, you know, 98p, whatever. So, Ahura29, I hope I've got that right, messaged me and sort of said basically, look, I've got a couple of these games, do you want one? Obviously, I think this has been midweek. And, you know, typical, going to another Game Station, I think it was a Game Station it was, yeah, and I managed to pick up a copy of Advance Wars myself. So, I mean, awesome YouTuber for even offering, you know, I mean, he sort of said, look, you can have it, no, you know, no worries, don't worry about the postage and that. So, Ahura29, thanks very much, mate, but, yeah, I managed to bag myself a copy, and, I mean, if there's one game you guys need to dig out, if you're into your handhelds and into your strategy one, it's definitely Advance Wars. Awesome game. So that's one I picked up, again, 98p. Another game, no, I've already showed that one. I was going to show you Children of Mana, but I've just remembered I showed you that one already. Where am I? I've lost my thread now. Right, Carboot. Carboot day today. It was interesting. Up bright and early, freezing me it's off. So not a great deal. Not a great deal there. Nothing like our friend Darren last week, who obviously made an absolute score. I've got a few bits, nothing major guys, nothing major. Weirdly enough, sticking with the N64, we've got Carmageddon. That sun's coming out now. Turok. And somewhat ropey-ish copy of Zelda, a little bit right in there. I mean, it might come off. Basically, I picked them. I got them three for £6. which I thought wasn't too bad. Zelda, you know, Zelda's a bit more expensive than that. I actually have got Zelda because I got that off Butters, and I think his copy is definitely a bit better than that. So if anyone's interested in a copy of Zelda, I mean, like I say, you might be able to get the writing should come off. Give us a shout. From another store, as I said, there's not much. I picked up. I was quite impressed with this actually. I picked up a NES 4 score. The box is in that pretty. I mean, in terms of the actual condition of the box, it's really good. You know, it's not faded, it's not ripped. I mean, there's a few little bit dog ear in there. It's all in there. It's even still got the little baggie for all the stuff, and I've paid the pricely sum of £1 English for that. So that was really, I was really chuffed to pick that up. So that was that, and then the last thing I picked up, which is a bit of a bargain. The guy had a few of these. They were all pretty much either I've got them or you know, they were all sports titles. It's a PlayStation 2 game called The Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown. Okay, and that was 30p. I say there was tons of them. He had a big box of them for 30p, but I'm not buying stuff if I've already got it. There's just no point. So that's weirdly enough. Excuse me. That's the car. No, it's not. No, it's not. I was going to say that's the Carboot. The other thing I've managed to pick up is another little figure, Sonic figure, and he's even got batteries.
As long as there's somewhere to run, I'll be happy. I'm giving you one last chance, Eggman. As long as there's somewhere to run, I'll be happy.
And he was £1. So yeah, he'll go up there with the little figures. So that's a nice little touch. So yeah, that's it. That's the Carboot. That was it. Done. There wasn't much there. But what I did bump into is my good friend Darren. Scared the living daylights out of me, sneaking up on me like that. So we had a walk around in the chat. I mean, he'll vouch for the fact that there was nothing there. There's an interesting story about the Carboot. I mean, firstly, I got a puncher, so he very kindly gave me a lift back. So Darren, thank you very much for that. But I don't know if he's going to do a video on what happened. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it out there. And Darren, please make a video of what happened at the Carboot, because it's hilarious. If he doesn't, I'll tell you next week, as long as I can remember. But suffice to sort of say, you can't take this guy anywhere when it comes to car boots. Trust me, it's an absolute nightmare. But this one kind of wasn't his fault, but it was still absolutely hilarious of what happened. So that's the car boots done, and then the last thing. Now this wouldn't be one of my pickups without some Sega Masters, some goodness. And this is an eBay package. I seen this popped up early last week, and I jumped on it straight away. And obviously, sod's law. Since then, I've seen this game go way lower than it's ever gone, way lower than it's ever sold before. Trust me. So what I managed to pick up was, it's not rare. It's on eBay quite well. It's been on eBay quite a bit, but it always goes for good money. Except for this one last one that I think it finished yesterday. But the game I picked up is out in 3D. All complete. And obviously I've picked up Space Harrier 3D recently. Now the problem is, to play them games, except for that one, I think that's got 2D mode, you need the 3D glasses. And what would you fucking know? I only got myself a set of 3D glasses. Now, I forget what his name is now, Electronic Adventures over in Australia. He picked up a set of glasses. I think his box is in way better condition than this. I mean, it's still boxed. It's good enough for me. The price I paid, I thought, with Outrun, was a very good price. Yeah, it's there. It's not fully complete. It's missing the polystyrene top, but I mean all the bits are there. So I paid. I think the guy had it on for 40 quid initially. I got it all in there for 60 quid. Now, like I say, ordinarily Outrun, you're probably looking at 40 quid on its own. I mean, there's not many auctions for it per se. It's usually always buy it nows. Been one day, except for this one that finished early in the week, early this weekend, which is about, I think it went about 12 quid. It was absolutely ridiculous. It must have just been the timing of it, and the glasses. I mean, the glasses are hit and miss anyway. You know, you can get them in various states, non-boxed, boxed, etc. So, yeah, with stuff like that, if I'm happy to pay that price, then for me that's good enough. You know, people sort of say, oh, you can get it this cheap, you can get it that cheap, or you can do this. Yeah, you probably can if you wait around long enough, and that's not to sort of say you'll ever get it. It's like anything, you know. Some people say, well, that game's only worth this much. Well, that's to sort of, you know, people who are, you know, if you want to collect something and you're happy to pay the price, then to me it's a bargain. You know, and that's the way I look at stuff. If I don't feel like I've been ripped off, then I'm more than happy with that. Everyone's going to get better deals. Everyone's going to get really good bargains, and I think that's just the way it is. But you know, you know, for that price, I was more than happy to pay that money. Yeah, I could probably maybe further down the line look to get a complete box set of 3D glasses. Well, I don't know. You know, it's just one of them things. But other than that, guys, there's nothing else coming in. So, but the car boots are back on, albeit very tiny, very small. So I'll see you next week, hopefully, with some more pickups. Take it easy, guys. Cheers.